The third phase of India's marathon general election is underway. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is seeking a second term against his main challenger, Rahul Gandhi, the head of the country's main opposition party. While India doesn't elect a prime minister directly, Neha Poonia explains why this election is all about these two men.
India is home to over 2,000 political parties, and yet two are dominating the Indian election. The ruling Bharatiya Janata Party, led by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who is banking on his track record over the last 5 years.
Economic development of the poor and underprivileged sections is my philosophy, and good governance is my mantra.
Challenging Mr. Modi's re-election bid is Rahul Gandhi, the chief of India's oldest political organization. He's relying on the anti-incumbency that Mr. Modi faces.
Modi's wasting the time of the country. 5 years have already gone, so don't waste any more time.
They're both eyeing the post of Prime Minister, but opinion polls show Mr. Modi is ahead. His approval ratings are 30% higher than Mr. Gandhi's. Prime Minister Narendra Modi came to power in 2014 with a massive mandate, the first government in 30 years to hold an absolute majority. During Prime Minister Modi's tenure, unemployment has touched a 45-year high, farm incomes have dipped to a 2-decade low, and attacks against minority communities have increased. Mr. Modi, however, is also viewed as a leader who handled threats from India's nuclear neighbor Pakistan, conducting airstrikes across the border after 40 Indian security personnel were killed by a Pakistan-based terror group. Experts believe he has been able to successfully portray himself as a candidate with experience, in contrast to Rahul Gandhi, who's never held a government post.
I think in politics you need different kind of people. Want someone who is energetic, someone who thinks that he leads the country from the front, and people think that this is not a quality which Rahul Gandhi has. Comparison of Rahul Gandhi all the time with Modi makes Rahul Gandhi look smaller compared to Modi, and also it increases the stature of Modi, because Modi is always compared with Rahul Gandhi.
Rahul Gandhi is related to 3 former prime ministers and is a member of the Nehru-Gandhi family that ruled India for much of its 60 years since independence. His party Congress says Mr. Gandhi's promises give him an edge.
There will be at least 6% of the GDP spent on education, 3% spent on healthcare, and a common minimum wage for everybody. So all these things have already been told. I mean, this is part of it. There are a lot more to come.
The Indian polls may be a fight of personalities, but it remains a parliamentary contest where voters elect representatives across 543 constituencies. The party that wins a majority then elects the Prime Minister.
If this was a presidential election, then it would have been no race, honestly. But just because we also have to deal with the fact that it is a 543 individual election in individual constituencies, and it is not Mr. Modi but the ticket given by his party to 543 candidates who would be contesting and asking for votes, and then big number of MPs of BJP have been underperforming, non-performing, and a sheer waste, and there is huge anger and anti-incumbency which has built up in the last 5 years against those MPs. And that is something which gives troubles.
With 4 more phases of polling and a month to go till votes are counted on May 23rd, this election has only just begun. Whether Mr. Modi wins another term or Rahul Gandhi his first, there's a lot at stake for both men. Neha Poonia, SABC News, New Delhi.